Julia Roberts became rom-com royalty in the 1990s after starring in some of the best movies of the decade, and she saved her reputation by turning down a sequel to one of her most popular rom-coms. Julia Roberts' career began in 1987 with an uncredited role in the direct-to-video movie Firehouse. Roberts' big break arrived the following year when she played Daisy in the rom-com drama Mystic Pizza, and the following year she played Shelby in the drama Steel Magnolias, for which she got her first Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. In the 1990s, Roberts explored different genres, such as sci-fi with Flatliners, thriller with Sleeping with the Enemy, and fantasy with Hook. However, Roberts' strength in the 1990s was rom-coms, starring in Pretty Woman, My Best Friend's Wedding, Notting Hill, and Runaway Bride. All of these earned a spot in pop culture and rom-com history, and none of them got a sequel, but one of them was close to getting a continuation, and luckily, Roberts rejected the idea, saving this now classic movie from major disaster. Julia Roberts was right. Notting Hill 2's divorce plot sounds terrible. Notting Hill 2 wouldn't have been a good idea at all. Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant laugh as they walk through London in Notting Hill. In 1999, Julia Roberts starred in Notting Hill, alongside Hugh Grant. Directed by Roger Michell and written by Richard Curtis, Notting Hill follows Will Thacker, Grant, a divorced British bookseller. One day, famous Hollywood actress Anna Scott Roberts visits his shop and buys a book, and they later bump into each other on the street. Will and Anna quickly bond and start spending time together, eventually falling in love. However, Anna's fame and the paparazzi constantly meddling in her private life make their romance a bit too complicated for both. Like any other rom-com, especially those from the 1990s, Notting Hill has a heartwarming ending. Will and Anna reconcile, and Notting Hill has a time jump showing that they eventually marry and have a family. Notting Hill has a definitive and satisfying ending, but it almost got an unnecessary sequel that Roberts wisely turned down. Speaking to IndieWire, Curtis revealed that there was an idea for a sequel to Notting Hill in which Anna and Will get divorced, but Roberts thought it was a very poor idea, and she was right. Anna and Will go through a lot in Notting Hill, mostly due to Anna being a public figure, but they find what they need and are looking for in each other. Anna and Will find love, understanding, company and stability in each other, and despite their very different backgrounds and jobs, they perfectly complement each other. While it would be somewhat understandable if it happened, divorcing Anna and Will in a sequel would make no sense, as they would surely eventually end up back together, and it's much better to just let them have the happy ending they deserve. Notting Hill 2's story risked ruining the legacy of the first movie. Notting Hill doesn't need a sequel. William and Anna smiling at each other in Notting Hill. The biggest risk that Notting Hill 2 would have faced is ruining the legacy of the first movie. Notting Hill is regarded as one of the best rom-coms, not just of the 1990s but in general, as well as one of Julia Roberts and Hugh Grant's best movies. Notting Hill doesn't complicate itself. Two main characters from different backgrounds and with very different lifestyles fall for each other and must overcome some obstacles to be together. The supporting characters in Notting Hill are also quite memorable and heartwarming, adding to the movie's charm and making the audience root for Will and Anna even more. The undeniable chemistry between Roberts and Grant is also a key part of the long-lasting charm of Notting Hill, so it wouldn't feel right to have their characters divorce, more so now that they have, at least, one child. Fans of Notting Hill should thank Julia Roberts for wisely turning down the idea for a sequel, as thanks to her, the movie's legacy was saved.